You see yourself? Huh? So this is a 14-month update. We have not been on here since, what, 8 months or 10 months? But we have a lot of milestones that happen. Right, Bug Bug? Say hey, everybody. Say hey, Bug. Hey, say hey, Mama. Good job, Bug Bug. So these last few months have been ridiculously crazy. I haven't made a video. And see, every time I try to make a video, she has to talk. But listen, the months have been crazy because of the virus, COVID-19. So starting March, which will be almost 4 months ago, I started working from home full time. And at first I had already worked from home like part-time, but now it's full-time. So with that, everything was closed. Daycares were closed. Everything was just closed down from March up until June. I think stuff is starting to reopen now, and it's the end of June. So you get where I'm going with this. So hey everybody, so I am back, and I had to start this video because Catai just got so ridiculously wild. I had to take her in the room with her dad so that I could go over these milestones. And I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's everybody, but I noticed that after having a baby, the pregnancy brain never went away. And I really feel like my brain does not hold information the way it used to. My short-term memory is literally non-existent now. And I've been looking up a few things. I'm probably gonna start taking some vitamins because the way my mind works is absolutely different than what it was before. I am very forgetful, and it's so hard for me to retain information. And it happened once I became pregnant, especially towards the end of the pregnancy, and now even worse afterwards. It's like I can't remember nothing. So I had to write down some of my topics here. So I want to go over some milestones that she hit. I had to write them down, I know, but I told you my brain is not working the same way. So at 10 months, she started walking. She took her first steps at 10 months. Now, of course, it was shaky. It was shaky for month 11 and 12 too. But she officially took her first steps at 10 months old, and we were so happy. And now at 14 months, she can run, she can walk, she can climb up the stairs extremely fast, and she's pretty much conquered the walking task. So she knows how to walk and she knows how to run. Don't get me wrong though, she sometimes can be a little shaky with that, but for the most part, she's like 99% walking pretty good. Another milestone she hit at 10 months is talking. Her first word was dad. Now she says da, but we know that it's dad because anytime he comes around, if my phone rings, she automatically assumes it's dad, and she's screaming, da, da, da. And this is the funny part. I've been working from home full time because of the virus. I was originally working from home part time, but when the quarantine started, I was working from home full time, and she has been home with me now every single day for almost 4 months while I'm working full time. So anytime I get a call from work, she's screaming, da! So I guess I just don't have a life, because the only person that calls me is people at work and dad. Obviously dad is mostly, because that's all she assumes is calling me. So she says words like hello, thank you, mostly mimicking when we say, okay, say hello or say hi or say bye. She says thank you. She says her brother's name all the time. It's not clear, like his name is Craig, but she'll say Cree or K or whatever mood she in. That's how she'll say either one of those two. So we got hello, bye, thank you, hi, dad, and Craig. Those are like her main words. So that is her milestones for talking. And for food, let's move on to food. So when she was about 5 months, I started making her food all the way until she was 12 months. Well, I still make her food, but as far as baby food, she ate only organic baby food from, I believe I started at 5 months up until 12 months. No meat or anything, just fruits and vegetables that I made. So when she hit 12 months, that's when we first gave her chicken, which she absolutely loves chicken. Also, we took her off of the Enfamil Ready to Feed NeuroPro, the one that comes in like the yellow bottle. We transitioned her over to Chobani oat milk, or sometimes I'll use the silk oat milk, but for the most part she drinks Chobani oat milk. And I decided to do that instead of going with like the regular dairy milk, because I don't do too well with dairy. My husband definitely does not do well with dairy. And so I figured she would be the same way. So I did a little research and I figured I would just transition her to oat milk, which works perfectly fine for her. So that's like a major milestone, is switching her from formula to oat milk. And then now what I do is I make a lot of her foods. Most of her meals contain fruits. I'm sorry, not fruits, but vegetables. The only two meats I'm giving her now is chicken and turkey, and that's not an everyday thing. But most of her foods are vegetables, brown rice, pastas, and things like that. And I'll get into that in another video, but she has transitioned to solids, of course. And we still have to be very, very careful with that, because she gets diaper rash so quickly and it can turn bad so fast that it scares me. So I have to watch fruits that she eats, like oranges, apples. She's absolutely cannot have, because she just gets a really bad rash, and I mean bad. So we're careful with the fruit. We're really careful with what fruits she eats because of that, and seasonings. A lot of food she just cannot handle as far as her skin. So that's what we've been doing with food. Let's see what else we have here. We talked about she's walking, talking. She knows how to go up the steps. She says about 6 words. She says other words too, but those are the ones like she's really good at. And we talked about foods. We talked about formula. And of course, because of quarantine, she has not been in daycare, which will be 4 months in about 2 weeks. So she's been at home with me, and I'm gonna make another video about how I handled working full-time with a toddler. That was rough, and I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But as of right now, I have her doing good. She's on her same schedule every day. If you put your toddler on a schedule, it makes it easier to deal with them, especially if you're working from home. But I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But we have her on the schedule. She sleeps really well at night. She sleeps throughout the whole night, and she's been doing that since about, without a bottle in the middle of the night, I'll probably say 7 months, maybe 6 months. but she sleeps through the whole night. And we typically put her to bed like at 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock, and then she usually wakes up between 7 and 9:30. But other than that, those are the main updates. If I think of some other things, of course I'm gonna make another video. Forgive me for not posting. It's just been ridiculously crazy, and I just did not make the time to make a video. I could have, but I just didn't squeeze it into my schedule, so that's on me. So if I think of some other things, I got some topics that I want to discuss and that I have coming up, so please stay tuned. If you have questions, you have comments, anything, leave them down below. And thank you very much for watching.